Hello, this is Dale again, just doing my second part of my video, and I'm around it. This time it's not so windy today, and I'm around near the sort of swampy area where I did a lot of drawings and images from last year, and sort of coming to the side, and you can see the flax and so on. I was actually further in when I took my photos, but just depends where you end up. So I made a little, my book. I've used some of the raggy tape to wrap it up, but this is my favourite image from the beach, which is not where we are, but it's around the corner. And I made a book, and for my background I've used damask, some damask cloth I've got a large piece of, and I've painted it and etc, and stitched a border and all that sort of thing. And then I had this idea to make a book where it would connect at the back and then concertina out, and of course I very rarely work that way, so I've ended up just with my pieces, and which I put in here, and they'll just be in here as part of the book. And the very first one that I've got here is of the Godwits. They fly north every year. It's amazing to watch them in action. They come to Foxton Beach and other beaches. They also end up going to Broome, and when we were in Broome we had a look at where they land before they travel off. I know that, so that was fascinating. And I've printed many images of these on jelly print with layers of other things, and then I've stitched this particular one down onto this surface. The jelly plate, it's a bit seductive, and you just end up making hundreds and hundreds of the same thing, but just trying different sorts of things. And then I have done some embossing, velvet embossing here, onto using a stamp and paint, silver paint, and stitching onto it. It's a wonderful effect. It's permanent now, it's got the paint on, and I've stitched a little moon or whatever you like onto it. And again, I've worked on damask fabric again. And here's another Godwit, and this one is also, they're both on Abacus paper or tissue text, and that's one of my favourite surfaces to work on. The sun hasn't been out, but it's now come out, and it's on my shoulder here, but never mind. And then I have done another one here where I've this is the river mouth from the other, and what was there, and I have done an image transfer of this using a tissue text, and this one's with a gel medium which I've scratched off the back, and added a few other bits to make it. I'm quite pleased with that one. And then this is the swamp where I actually took my photo. It's further round, and I have adhered it to a surface of cocoon strippings and rods. These are the ones that you just need to use heat and liquid. I've used water, and that's tissue text, and it's permanent on there, so you can stitch on it or whatever. And then this is my print that I did, and I have image transferred it onto the damask cloth. That's another one on the back, which is slightly bigger and darker. You get different effects all the time. You can see you probably could wet this a bit more and get a bit more off, but it's just to see the effect of how it works. So that's that one. And then that's my hand stitching of the swamp. I've used lots of different threads, mostly painters, but in different weights, just to try and get that build up of the image. Lots of little French knots and all that sort of thing, and that's worked onto a piece of pre-felt, one of my and also some actual wool fibre and some scraggy cotton, and I've used the embellishing machine to get all that together for the background. You see the background there. And then my image I've put onto Khadi paper, and I had painted the Khadi paper and used Glad wrap, which is wonderful for scrunching up and textures on the background, so it extends the beach image onto further, and it works out quite well. And then this is my stitch piece of the beach, and you can see I've used different chiffons, some of the sari chiffon ribbon. Just find the colours and the things that you want, and then I've stitched the borders there that are just as I saw it in the photo. And then I've done another little, this is a collage using packing tape transfer of the images. I like trying with them, and I've used gel medium to put them down, and just to showing the Foxton Beach and the Godwits and the river mouth, etc, etc. And this last year, a little beach hut that I stayed in, and I've again just put this little image onto some silk cocoon, some carrier rods and some cocoon, so they work out quite well. And just to show you what the paper's like before you actually put anything onto it, this is, I've painted the paper, put Glad wrap on, it makes the most wonderful texture, and I'd always suggest trying it. So that's my book, and then on the back page I've got another little bit of stitching. I've still always got more to do, and you can always add to it, so that it's a seamless, it's an on and on thing. I seem to very rarely finish a project. Anyway, I hope that's been of interest to you. I'll see you again another time. Bye.